Let's go. Ooh, we got more LSU football talk, a special Q&A mailbag for you fans. Give me a Go Tigers in the comments. I want to get 100 likes, so go on ahead, thumbs up this video, because we are getting to all of your pressing Tiger Tackle football questions on Chat Sports. Now, before we get into the first one, I want you to give me that one LSU Tiger next year that will be a breakout star. At the end, I'm going to give you one player nobody's talking about. So let's dive into these questions, starting off here with our boy Johnny in Birmingham. Over or under the amount of changes to the LSU schedule due to the pandemic? And do you see LSU opting out for new opponents? He cites the USC and Alabama games. So, obviously, the first two games of the year for LSU in Tiger Stadium, both teams not too far away. San Antonio and Austin, UTSA, and of course, Texas. And then in week 3, LSU plays a neutral site game against Rice in Houston. I'm just going to be an optimist and say all the games will be played. This is the business of college sports. All of college sports relies on college football, and if there's not a season, the whole college sports system might be in trouble. So obviously, we need to worry about the health of our country and our world. That is the first and foremost thing. But I'm telling you, a lot of these administrators are going to do whatever it takes to get college football ready to go. So I'm going to be the optimist. Because everything kind of sucks, we're going to get college football and we're going to get the full season. Whether or not fans will be there, I'm not sure. So I'm going to throw this difficult question out to you. What do you think? Do you think LSU schedule will be played as planned? Type Y for yes, type N for no in the comment section, and of course, give me your Go Tigers. Let me know where you're watching from. And so, obviously, I'm going to go with yes, but that is a very optimistic, fingers crossed yes. On to the next question. This comes from P. Michael Hayes in Austin, Texas. Hit me up in the Instagram DMs. Myles Brennan, all SEC? Of course, Myles Brennan, all SEC. Yes. I want to start off with what Steve Ensminger said about Myles Brennan this week. It's time to jump on the bandwagon. He can make all the throws. I feel confident Myles will be able to run this offense. So, for me, it's kind of hard to not see the LSU offense being great next year because you do return Jamar Chase. You do return Terrace Marshall, who I think is going to have a huge year. Racey McMath was good for LSU when they asked him to be. And then, of course, Trey Palmer is a former 5-star wide receiver prospect. Then you got some really good true freshmen coming in, 2 5-stars, Kayshon Boutte, and, of course, Eric Gilbert, the highest-ranked tight end ever. And remember, Myles Brennan has been waiting for this opportunity. He does have a big arm. And while he may not be Joe Burrow, I think in some ways Myles might make this offense open up even more. So I'm really looking forward to Myles Brennan next year being the best quarterback in the SEC. And of course, Auburn fans are going to be like, what about Bo Nix? And Texas A&M fans are going to be like, what about Kellen Mond? And I respond by saying, what have those guys done to make you think that they're going to break out next year? So I think Myles Brennan is the best quarterback in the SEC simply because of the pieces around him and the offense that LSU is going to run. So let me know if you agree with me in the comments. I believe Myles Brennan is going to have a gigantic year and he's going to be even better as a senior. So I got to shout out Fanatics. They've gotten out in front of this thing. They are doing something pretty special. They got the LSU face coverings And obviously, this is something that is required by law at a wide variety of places right now. And you can get it with Chat Sports right now. Go to chatsports.com/LSU mask, and you can get an LSU mask for only $15. One that covers up your face. 2 masks for $19, and then, of course, for $25, you can get 3 LSU masks. And I actually already have an LSU mask. I was driving around with it on, and you can actually see that on my Twitter account at Carter the Power. So go on ahead, get your mask. Just go to chatsports.com/LSU mask. Now, these next 2 questions I think kind of tie in with each other. This comes from Chuck Nelson 44 on Twitter. My cousin, Kevin Faulk, is already producing as a recruiter. How will the recruiting change, and how will it help Corey Raymond's ability to help get top defensive backs and make DBU even better? So Kevin Faulk did get his first big commit, Corey Kiner, a 4-star running back out of Cincinnati. That was kind of a surprise to a lot of people, and I honestly don't think LSU's done at running back in this class. And, you know, anytime you add a Super Bowl champion, an LSU legend to your coaching staff, it helps out in recruiting in every way. And don't forget, LSU also hired a very good Tiger, Eddie Kinnison, to its development staff this offseason. Now, this is what I believe Chuck is talking about. C. Houstonian, who mentioned a few weeks ago, he is Kev Faulk's cousin, he said this: how about our little cousin getting some attention for the class of 2021 out of Lafayette? So, for those that don't know, C. Houstonian, he's been with us for all our Chat Sports videos, so shout out to him. He is related to Kev Faulk, and the best defensive back in the state of Louisiana is also Kev Faulk's cousin. That is 4-star Sage Ryan out of Lafayette. Now, he's listed as an athlete, but I see him as a cornerback and defensive back. So, as Chuck mentioned, Kevin Faulk is definitely going to be helping out recruiting Sage Ryan, who becomes an even bigger priority because Kane Williams, who I like a lot, and Kane Williams did follow me on Instagram, and he is a Chat Sports fan, so this kind of hurt that Kane Williams decided to go to Alabama. So LSU now has an even bigger priority to keep Sage Ryan in state and make him become a Tiger. I think Ryan could play safety. I think Ryan could play the nickel. I think he can also play corner, a lot like Dante Jackson. I think that's a pretty good player comparison for a guy who runs a 4.5 40. So I want to throw out another audience question. Let me know in the comments, which position group will be the toughest to replace on defense in 2020? Type DL for defensive line, type LB for linebacker, or type DB for defensive back. And for me, the toughest will be linebacker because you do lose Jacob Phillips and you do also lose first-round pick Patrick Queen. So, obviously, Cox coming in from North Dakota State is going to be a big player. Also, I am not going to sleep on Devonta Lee jumping on the defensive side of the ball. But, once again, I got one breakout defensive star for you at the end of this video who will be the next All-SEC linebacker at LSU. Then also, you got defensive back, you got defensive line. You do have to replace Kayvon Chason off the edge, and Rashard Lawrence up the middle, and Braden Fiocco. And then, of course, Christian Fulton's going to be a big loss, and Grant Delpit. But I think LSU's a little bit better prepared for defensive back and on the defensive line. So I'm kind of excited to see some of those players stepping up. A lot of good young Tigers there. So our next social media question comes from Chrissy Teigen. Who's Chrissy Teigen? Are you single? Oh, my goodness, it's Chrissy Teigen. Seriously? Chrissy, you're married. Hey, don't come after me, John. This is her, okay? This has nothing to do with me. I hope my girlfriend doesn't get mad seeing this. Anyway, Chrissy, you are still welcome to slide in my DMs, and you can slide in my DMs as well, Chat Sports viewers. I am at Carter the Power on all social medias, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. I do want to shout out some of the recruits that have hit me up. I do deeply appreciate that. But yes, I want to connect with you. I answer all your questions. I respond to all your DMs. That is a guarantee. So, we got a few more questions. We're trying to squeeze as many in as we can today. Patrick Nolan on Facebook says, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, was he a one-year wonder benefiting from the LSU offense, or do you think he will be a stud with the Kansas City Chiefs? Here's the thing about Clyde is that he wasn't asked to do a whole lot in his early years at LSU, but this year he really just bursted on the scene. And for those out there that say, well, he's just a piece of that magical Joe Burrow offense, that is true, but go watch the Bama tape. Go watch the Clemson, the Florida games. See all the broken tackles that he created. He is a bowling ball. He's tough to hit. And I think he perfectly fits Andy Reid's offense at the next level. And I think he will be the NFL Rookie of the Year. He's going to be a PPR machine. Obviously, the 17 touchdowns that he had last year, and 16 of those touchdowns were on the ground. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does as a rookie. Now, you know we bring the best LSU content during this rough time. I'm positive I want to connect with you, and one of the best ways you could do that is by subscribing to Chat Sports. Let these guys know that you are the number one fans of the greatest team of all time, baby. Let's go. So subscribe. Let me know where you're watching from in the comments section, and let's go. So, you guys have already let me know who you think the breakout star will be for LSU next year. So, Brian O'Neill Tompkins on Instagram decided to hit me up and ask me that very question. And I'm going to give you one on offense. I'm going to give you one on defense. On offense, I'm going to go with Cardale Thomas. We're talking about one of the most highly anticipated LSU offensive linemen ever. And he had to recover from an injury last year. This year, if he lives up to the hype, he's going to be on a line that has a lot of experience, except at that right guard position. So he's going to have to beat out Anthony Bradford to get that role. I think he will win that battle, and we'll see if he is more than just, an Instagram, Twitter celebrity. I mean, he had some viral blocking clips, and he's an animal. I do think he will live up to the hype and be the right guard. And then on defense, no one's talking about this guy, and it blows my mind. Maurice Hampton Jr. Watch out. I think he wins that starting safety battle in that Bo Pelini defense. I think he'll line up next to the Jacoby Stevens and play that true free safety role. He is a baseball outfielder for the baseball team. I think this guy is going to be the next stud safety at LSU out of Memphis. And last year, he had to step in as a true freshman, stepping in for Grant Delpit. So I am really high on Maurice Hampton Jr., and I think he has potential to be LSU's best defensive player next year. Mark it down. Yeah, you heard me say it. And then also an honorable mention, Marcel Brooks. I referenced the linebacker group earlier. Ed Orgeron has said multiple times, we've got to get this guy on the field in any shape, form, or fashion. And also Trey Palmer at receiver. So, let me know who you think LSU's breakout star will be in the comments section below. Once again, subscribe. Don't miss a video. Don't forget about those face masks. I gotta shout out Fanatics. They have been supporting my videos for so long. You guys need to get there. Chatsports.com/LSU mask. And you can get 3 LSU masks for $25. Yes, they're well made, and you don't want to miss out on this opportunity with Chat Sports, okay? So, let's have a conversation in the comments, or you can hit me up on social media at Carter the Power, all right? Get there. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know why you are one of the best LSU football fans out there, and we will talk to you soon on Chat Sports. Let's go!